Good evening, USFFL. 1 second here. Looks like we are. I'm trying to make sure I'm good. There we are. So we have an overtime game going right now. Let's take you there live. USFFL action. All right, we are live. Let's go ahead and get our game pulled up here. It's going to be the Chargers and the Raiders going to overtime. That should show the whole screen. And here we are, 24-24 is our score. I logged in just in time with 1:15 to go to see the Raiders drive for the touchdown. They did need the 2-point conversion in order to extend to overtime, and they were able to get it. So 24-24 tie, 10 minutes left. Raiders come into the game 5-6. Chargers at 4-7. A more desperate situation for sure for the Chargers. And there's our opening kick going to the Raiders. I stand corrected. Had my colors wrong. Raiders kicking off, so the Chargers, after the touchback, will take over at their own 25. Austin Eckler is tired. Again, I only caught the last 1:15 of this game, so I'll let you take a look at that for a second here while I pull up and make sure that the broadcast is working as we hope. Yeah, I can hear me coming through, so you all should be able to see this. Let's see where we are at. 3 wide receiver formation here for the Chargers. Pretty normal for Anthony. Coach Anthony Tangora, your defending USFFL champions, coaching the Chargers, and the Las Vegas Raiders, coached by Paul Conti. And I believe Raiders won the earlier matchup in this season here. Person to play square in, and that's a good pass. Mike Williams, 16 yards as that goes to the defensive card, 0-man column, 6 on the white die. So a nice drive starter for the Chargers. There we are. Mike Williams, his 4th catch, 71 yards. Again, 3 wide receivers, 4-2-5 here from Las Vegas. Little eye candy in that middle zone. It's an off-tackle draw going to Eckler. Again, he is fatigued, but he pops a short gain on the defensive card. Nice break there. There is a penalty. We'll see how that stands. It's a 13-yard pickup. And that penalty is going to be on the Chargers, so back them up. It's 1st and 20. Chargers, I think, one of the more penalized teams in the league, although I don't have the stats to prove it. Raiders with more penalties in this game, 6-5. Only turnover of the game appears to be a Derek Carr interception. And the Chargers have outgained him 456-323. Wow. Eckler, 170 yards rushing in this game. Wonder what his longest is. 3 wide receivers, again, splitting out here, and the Raiders coming back again with that 4-2-5. Eckler's longest run is a 39-yarder. Here's a flat pass, and that's no good. Mike Williams was the target again, found a soft spot on the defensive card, and it's 2nd and 20. Taking a brief look at the standings for your context as we watch this one. Chargers 4-6, trying to get to 5-6 to join this big bulk of teams here, trying to make hay in the wild card race. You can see the Raiders are one of those teams at 5-6, so a big game for a couple of teams here in the AFC. Now spread formation, 4 wide receivers split out. Eckler's out as tailback, and in comes Josh Kelly. Kelly most dangerous in the off-tackle zones. 4-2-5 defense here. Again, leaving that middle zone open. So best I can tell, only way you cover that look in is to move that free safety up or double the right receiver. He's going to move him into that middle zone. It's a run, off tackle, and Josh Kelly limited to just 3 yards on the play. Kelly managed to go to the defensive car. 6 on the white die meant that lineman could not make the block. And so it's 3rd and 17, Chargers from their own 34. Catching up on the box score, looks like the Chargers on the day, 5 of 13 on third downs, 38%. Vegas even worse, 3 for 11, 27%. Spread formation again. Herbert out of the shotgun. It's Kelly beside him again as the tailback. And another strange, rare defense here from the Raiders, 4-1-6. And indeed, that's going to result in a square out pass targeting one of those flats. There is 0-man in the column, but a nice break for the defense as 0-man column hit the receiver result, and Mike Williams found a soft spot. Incomplete, 4th and 17, and the Chargers forced a punt. J.K. Scott with a 44-yard punt. That's going to be fielded at the 22-yard line. Keelan Cole fair catches it there. It was 7:18 on the overtime clock. The Raiders will take over with their first possession. So we now officially have a first score walk-off winner. Next score wins. Let's see how the Raiders have kind of, 46 pass attempts and only 14 runs for Josh Jacobs. 14 for 96, a 6.9 average. Kind of surprised 46-16 spread there, only because I know the Chargers' run defense is really bad. And Josh Jacobs was arguably the best running back that the NFL had to offer last year, and thus the USFFL this year. So that being said, 24-24 tie. Raiders are where they want to be. Blocking back set. Jacobs is back there. Safety up close for Coach Tangora. Showing blitz. It's out of the 3-4. Here's a first down pitch out. Josh Jacobs. Defense calls pass, but linebacker sits in the zone. It goes to Jacobs' card, and he's got himself a short gain. Nice roll for Coach Paul Conte. Pick up a 16 on the play. Out across the 35, brought down by Michael Davis at the 38. Josh Jacobs now over 100 yards rushing in this game. Nasir Adderley from the free safety position creeps up close again. He's showing blitz. Defense calls run. It's a little square out pass left side, and that's going to be caught. Pick up a 10 yards, Matt Hollis. Nice break for the Raiders as the Chargers defense under Tangora had a couple of flats doubled, including the look-in, but only one linebacker in the zone that was attacked. And on the receiver wrong column, Howlands gets himself a chain mover. Out near midfield now for the Raiders at their own 48. It's probably time to start looking at that kicker. I know without looking, I think both these kickers are pretty good from deep range, especially Daniel Carlson of Vegas. Another run call by the defense. Screen. Josh Jacobs, he's got it. He's out across the 50 and inside the 45, tackled at the 44. Khalil Mack brings him down. 2nd and 2 now at the 44-yard line of the Chargers. And the field goal range for Vegas is only 4 yards away. Goes out to the 40. And from that deep 57-yard field goal attempt is going to be good on a 2 through 8 and 12. So the Chargers under some pressure to buckle down immediately. 2nd and 2. We'll see if that springs a run call out of him. Nasir Adderley up close again, showing blitz from the safety position. Jacobs behind Carr, blocking back set. Call his pass on the defense, but it's a run for Jacobs up the middle, and he's through and into the secondary. Josh Jacobs, a pickup of 15 inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, brought down by Derwin James. From right here, it is a 2 through 8 and 12 field goal. 0 danger on the variable, but more importantly, you're only now 7 yards away from a 2 through 10 attempt. Still got 2 through 11 to go after that, so we'll see how much he wants to play it here. 6:06 remaining. Chargers on the brink. Defensively, looking to make a stand. Good call defensively. There's a key on Josh Jacobs, and he's going to be brought down. Loss of 1. Louis Gilman on the tackle, 2nd and 11 at the 30. Checking on the injuries. Looks like it's all Chargers. Sony Michel, Morgan Fox, and defensive back, corner, I should say, Asante Samuel Jr. On 2nd and 11, the Raiders are going to now split out 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. So that's going to limit possibilities with a 1 on the white die if you're running. Nickel blitz shown here. 3-3-5 from the Chargers. Chargers defense needing to force another turnover here. Here's a run call. Jacobs up the middle, and that's going to be good for just 2 yards. Good call defense. Tangora calls run, but didn't matter. 1 linebacker in zone as it went to the defensive guard. Right guard could not make the block. And it's 3rd and 9. And again, from the 28 here, this is a 2 through 8 and 12 opportunity for a winner. No variable risk if you take a sack. 3 wide receivers split out, 1 halfback. It's Jacobs. Carr under center. Safety up close, Adderley. Showing blitz out of the nickel, 3-3-5. Big 3rd and 9. It's a run. Jacobs goes to the defensive guard, and he's got a short gain on a 7 again. 15-yard pickup. The defense called run, and it did not matter as the Raiders march into the red zone. 143 yards on the ground from Jacobs. Plenty of them late here. Coming in overtime. And from the 13-yard line, it is 2 through 10 right now. But if you get to the 12, it becomes 2 through 11. And so the Raiders not done. 2 tight end offense. Tough call to make, but I get it. Doesn't take much against that run defense to plow forward a little bit more and change that to a 2 through 11. Maybe he crosses him up with a pass. Safety up close showing blitz is Adderley. Here's a run up the middle. Josh Jacobs. The key was on the quarterback. Jacobs to the defensive guard, and he's got 1 yard exactly. 2nd and 9. Could not beat the nose tackle, but that 1 yard does put him into the 2 through 11 field goal range. Variable risk if he loses any is what would bring it to a 2 through 10. Coach Paul Conti, not satisfied yet. Going to keep moving the ball. 2nd and 9. Offense back on the field. 2 tight end set. Waller and Moreau, the bookends. 3-4 blitz again as Adderley's up close. Raiders about to walk away with this one if they can avoid a turnover. Here's a run up the middle and a nice key by the defense. A 1 yard loss. Josh Jacobs. Sebastian Joseph Day on the tackle. Nice call by Coach Tangora. Sets up a 3rd and 10 at the 13. And without any variable adjustment, we're now back to the 2 through 10. Third and 10 at the 13, and indeed, the offense right back out on the field. And from here, even a sack, actually a sack and a variable loss could take you back to a 2 through 8 and 12, possibly. So just got to be careful not to get the sack in here. 3 wide receivers split out. Renfro is in the slot. 3-3-5 blitz shown here from Coach Tangora on the defense. Third down and 10, run up the middle. Another key on Josh Jacobs and another 1 yard loss. Another great call by the defense. 4th and 11 at the 14. 2 through 10 is your field goal attempt. Daniel Carlson lines up. And here's the kick. And the Raiders with the walk-off winner. 31-yard field goal for the walk-off winner. 27-24 as Vegas evens their record 6-6 on the year with, I believe, and indeed it is, a season sweep of the Los Angeles Chargers, who now fall to 4-8 and have a lot of work ahead of them if they're going to make some playoff noise. Raiders won the first one 24-17. They won this one 27-24. We'll stay on just a little bit in case either coach decides to pop on. No pressure as always. Raiders were outgained in this one 459-387. Although the Raiders won the time of possession. Eckler and Jacobs combined for over 300 yards rushing in this one. Devontae Adams, 7 for 72, leading the Raiders. Keenan Allen, or actually Mike Williams, 4 for 71, leading the Chargers. Wow, 13 tackles, Daron Harmon. Still no one there. We'll give him just a couple more minutes, just in case. While we're doing that, we already showed the standings here overall, but we can go ahead and take a look at the division as well. You can see the Chargers now fall to 4-8. That's going to leave them at least 2 games behind all teams and 4 full games off the division lead. There's still time, but they've got their work cut out for them. Chargers get the Dolphins next week. And the Raiders will travel actually to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. And so it does appear that we are not going to have any coaches pop on for our broadcast tonight. That's okay. Just wanted to get, I got home, saw the game was going to overtime, and I felt like that's something the league needs to see. So live action again. The week rolls on tomorrow. I think there are about 4 games on the schedule tomorrow, and a high probability that yours truly is going to be bringing broadcast to the table again. So until that time, this is the USFFL signing out.